Hello, hello. Welcome to all of you for our new series that we are kicking off called Never Alone. We are really excited to launch our first episode with Pink Warrior Advocates, a longtime partner of ours and a great support system for those that have been diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm very excited to bring our first guest, Never Alone, with Pink Warrior Advocates, and share a little bit about their story, their mission, and of course the incredible programs that we run together. My dear friend Jen Reynolds founded the organization many years ago, and we'll hear a little bit about her story and how this all came to be. So there she is.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Sorry, lighting is terrible right now. We are dealing with many issues here at the house. So, anyways.
It's okay. This is what we do. We're not on the other side of this pandemic. I happen to have like beautiful lighting coming in from my office. So we're just like
Lighting for right now.
Well, I'm so excited to have you here again. I was just welcoming everybody, talking about our new series, Never Alone. And the idea of this series is that we really wanted to shine a light on these incredible organizations and nonprofits that help support the community. And throughout COVID, you and I have really been tag teaming support and information all along the way. So I couldn't think of anybody else to kick off this series with other than all the incredible work that you do and partnerships that we have together. So just for those that don't know, give us a rundown. What's Pink Warrior Advocates?
So we are a breast cancer nonprofit, and obviously, I'm a breast cancer survivor. You're a breast cancer survivor, and we just based on our own experiences with breast cancer to cover just about every challenge that someone facing breast cancer might have to deal with. So whether it's emotional, financial, mastectomy bras, kits, all that. We try to cover all that. So our financial aid is typically our Texas area. But our mastectomy bras, obviously, and our mastectomy kits and our kits are all national. So those we can do, everywhere. And so we tried to cover everything that we felt were challenges during our own breast cancer diagnosis and fulfill those needs for women who are facing the.
So you guys have multiple programs that I think are just fantastic. You talked a lot about the financial need, especially to those that reside in Texas. Can you dive in a little bit more as to what that is and how that program is structured? So if anybody's looking for financial need, I mean, we know that COVID has been stressful. We know that medical treatments have been stressful during this time. How do they know if they qualify? How do they apply? What does the program consist of?
So they can go right to our website. There's an application that's a very short form. So they'll get that. They'll fill out the form. It'll go to our admin, and she'll respond with the full application. They'll fill that out. They'll get doctor's verification, all that. But the financial assistance that we provide goes towards just about everything involving living expenses. So whether it's their bills, rent, gas, groceries. The only things we really don't do are cash, installment loans, and credit cards. But other than that, it pretty much goes towards all their living expenses. And we're also really proud to have an emergency assistance fund. So if we have somebody who's potentially going to be evicted, or their electricity is going to get shut off, or no way to feed their family, or car is going to get repoed. Those are all the emergency assistance fund, that's specifically to aid those women or men into getting out of that, keeping them in their home.
I mean, listen, we've all been there. And I think that I just love that this is a part of your mission, because when I was diagnosed 11 years ago at the age of 27, my every single extra penny I had, which was not many extra pennies, went to these horrific medical bills. And you think about all of the extra costs that surround your treatment, whether that be buying smart water for your chemotherapy, or going to acupuncture, or getting a massage, or doing, alternative care and treatment, a lot of people can't afford just because everything's going to the medical bills.
Right. And, nobody anticipates this. So, nobody's prepared for that financially. Nobody knows how it's going to affect them and if they're going to be able to work it. We just had a woman who we were able to help her New Braunfels. So, we have a certain amount that we're able to allocate, and we're happy that we were able to get her out of a really bad situation. Her husband actually died of COVID. So she's all, herself. And then right after her husband dies of COVID, she gets diagnosed with cancer. She has nobody to take care of her. She has nobody to, she's the person feeding herself. She can't work because she's, going through chemotherapy. She gets a notification that she's going to be evicted from her property, and her electricity is going to get turned off. Like, I mean, almost like one side of me is like, these landlords, like, give these people a break, but the other side of it is, I'm so thankful to our supporters and our sponsors that give us the opportunity to be able to help these women and get them out of these situations. And that's only, we actually had 2 emergency assistance people that we had to help this month. So we're really just grateful for everybody's support and for continuing to support us through the pandemic and, giving us the opportunity to help these women as much as we can.
Which leads me to your incredible gala that you guys just pulled off. Last year you had to do some extra efforts virtually, but I had so wished I could be out there because, oh my God, these photos, the stories, it's so incredible. So you guys actually had a real in-life person event.
Yeah.
Tell us why that's important to you and what the idea is behind that event.
I mean, gosh, it was crazy, doing this event and not having a live event in essentially 2 years. So I was so excited to get back out there, and we had a smaller event because we do want to respect the fact that we are dealing with immunocompromised women, and there's still some people who get vaccinated and all that. So typically in past years, it's been about 500 people. This year we did 200. We did a women's only, so we called it was an empowerment event, and it was Be the Queen of Your Heart. And so we really wanted to just do something more. Yes, we wanted to raise funds, but we also wanted to do something that was a little bit more geared towards really serving these women who've been working their asses off the last year, taking care of their kids, working, juggling literally everything. And we wanted to do something special for them while also raising awareness of breast cancer and really bringing attention to the fact that breast cancer, yes, it's traumatic, but there's so many other things in life that are traumatic, and trauma is trauma. So how can we work through that? So of course, one of the best moments of the night was when we modeled the AnaOno bras, and we were able to bring in some of the outfits from New York Fashion Week and just kind of bring that back to life again. And it was, oh my God, like, it's so hard when you're planning something, right? And like, you have all these ideas in your head, and then you execute them, and you're up on stage and you're making sure everything's happening. I'm sure from doing your fashion shows, like, you really don't get an opportunity to like experience what the audience is experiencing. So you really hope that like everything that you made up in your head and all these ideas are being received in a way, that people are feeling the energy and people are feeling the love and the inspiration and the vulnerability of these women. So it was just like, literally, I mean, I love my gala. It is my baby, but I have to say this was my favorite year. I just have to say it. It was amazing.
Amazing. I love that you did an all women's event, and even thinking about, what we've done with New York Fashion Week year after year and other fashion shows that we've done in places. I mean, I think you have to share the star of the show, which every woman was the star of the show, but you had shared a very special moment with me at show's end, and just how strong that patient was to stand up and show her flat mastectomy scars and all of her vulnerability. Can you give us a little snippet of that?
Yeah, so we actually had her wear the same outfit that y'all had. I forget what her name, Sharp, what is it? What's her name? Who wore it at New York Fashion Week with y'all. It was the same outfit.
For the record, we've had that look on almost every single year.
I love it. So, okay, so no names. So anyway, so yeah, so
for 1 year. Yeah.
yeah. So we, she was totally open to doing whatever, she wanted to bring awareness and was willing to be open and stuff. So anyways, she wore like the black kind of tutu on the bottom and then wore the purple, flowy cape, and she loved it because purple is her favorite color. And we intentionally picked out all these great songs. And so when her song came on, we basically stopped everything and did ours, Just the Way You Are. And so it gives me chills even talking about it again, and it just gets me so emotional because she came out on stage and she came in the back and then she came towards the front. And when she came towards the front, if you look at the picture, I believe that we have on our Instagram, and you see the look on her face, it says everything. Like, it says, I'm being vulnerable right now, but I don't give an F. Like, this is my scar, and she holds and she shows her scar, and then she starts crying, and then the whole place is standing up, and then she goes out into the audience and there's pictures of her hugging people and they're both crying. Like, the emotion was just so amazing. And it was such a great opportunity to show women, A, what true vulnerability is, right? But B, what breast cancer looks like. Like, it is not a boob job. It is not, these pretty perfect boobs. There are scars. There are people who years later don't heal properly and have to have their implants taken out. Like, it's literally a journey that almost never ends. And so it was really just a great opportunity to bring awareness to that and to show women the scars and to show just the empowerment behind it. And we hope that that empowered them to really just be themselves and be proud of who they are and own whatever trauma that they've been through in their life. So yeah, it was just, the night was perfect in every way.
Amazing. Well, you guys raised some incredible funds for the organization, and just a few more programs I want to talk about before we bring in an awesome lead sponsor for our bra assistance program. But you guys do mastectomy and chemo care kits. This is so impactful. I just, it's so overwhelming when you go into these surgeries, when you undergo these procedures. How do patients find the care kit that's going to benefit them the most?
So if they are just chemotherapy, then I recommend them going onto our website. Again, same, and they will just fill out that very short application for a chemo care kit, and we'll send it out to them on a donation basis. So they don't have to pay for it. If somebody has a patient, like a nurse or a friend that they want to send a chemo care kit to, they definitely fill out that information so that we can get the care kit to them. Same thing with the mastectomy kit. The mastectomy kit's a heart-shaped pillow to wear in between the seatbelt and your chest. Also can go underneath here, but that comes with a drain bag as well. So if they're facing a mastectomy, we recommend that they at least request it a week to 2 weeks in advance. That way they'll have it before they get their surgery. So really, it's just a matter of going onto our website and filling out. I mean, the form is super short. It's easy, just like it is with the AnaOno bras. And we'll try and get it out to them within 7 business days.
Amazing. And I'm really excited now to dive in on our bra assistance program, because we have been running this program for almost a year. We've sent out hundreds of bras to those that are in financial need, because we know sometimes you need things, but you can't afford them. And I couldn't have thought of a better group to partner to be able to provide that service with. And it's just so awesome. I'm going to bring to our screen an incredible lead sponsor of the program at PRMA, which is an awesome breast cancer surgery and plastic surgery center. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
Oh, well, we are so thrilled that you're here. I can say on behalf of AnaOno and Pink Warrior Advocates, your sponsorship to our Brawl Assistance Program is just mind-blowing and completely appreciated. And we were just actually reminiscing of the incredible gala, which I know you guys were also a great sponsor to the organization for.
It was so fun.
Oh, so fun. And I wish I was there. I can't wait to see the video. We'll be sure to share that so everybody can see the show stopping moment and all of that. But could you start with just give us a little rundown of PRMA and why you guys are so amazing?
Yeah, so my name is Tabitha. I'm the patient liaison here at PRMA. I take care of all of our out-of-state patients and just anything our patients need in general. I work a lot with Courtney, and we just do a lot of these fun things. We're boots on the ground, and we get to come hang out and go to fun galas and be involved. So a little bit about PRMA. We opened our doors 25 years ago. To date, we've performed over 10,000 breast reconstruction procedures, all of with a success rate of over 99%. So huge. Currently, we have...
That's mind-blowing to me. That's incredible.
It is. Currently, we have 8 microsurgeons, all of which fully believe in shared decision making. So along with that is the Breast Advocate app. All of our surgeons really want all of the patients to download the Breast Advocate app and chat and go through and just, there's places to talk to surgeons, there's places just to see your options and what you've got available to you when it comes to reconstruction. But I think what sets PRMA apart from other facilities and things like that, in addition to the volume of the procedures that we perform, is the expertise. So like I said, our surgeons fully believe in shared decision making, but not only that, they believe in wholeness after surgery. So they believe in True Sense. True Sense is our procedure that helps have feeling after a mastectomy. So obviously sensory nerves get cut during mastectomy, and True Sense brings back that wholeness after breast cancer surgery. And that's just it's a big thing with our surgeons. Our surgeons wholeheartedly believe in restoring a patient's wholeness after breast cancer surgery.
I have so many things that I want to ask you for those that are tuning in and listening. So you mentioned a few things that I would love to deep dive with you on. And being the patient navigator, I know you have all of the answers because all of us ask a million questions. Besides having just an incredible staff of really, I can personally testify to how genuine and lovable and sweet like the whole physician staff is. Like everybody is just there to listen to you, to help you make that decision. I love that shared decision because not every answer is black and white. Like you have to explore your options. But before we dive into that side, you mentioned microsurgery. Can you just tell all of the listeners what a microsurgery is?
So a microsurgery with the reconstruction is when you're doing your deep flap, if that's the donor site that you choose, the deep flap to reconstruct the breast, the vessels are tiny. So this isn't something, you just go to a plastic surgeon on the street and say, hey, I want to get this procedure, because majority of the time, a typical plastic surgeon is only to have performed that surgery maybe 1 to 2 times a year. Whereas our 8 perform at least 700 of them a year. So microsurgery really has to do with those itty bitty little vessels that help fund, the sensory nerve to the breast. So you do have feeling in your breast, in your nipples afterwards.
So microsurgeries can also, so the deep flap comes from the abdomen. There are also options to grab it from your thighs and your buttocks as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, if it was ever to be an option for me, it would definitely be my booty. So
yeah. Same.
100% on the table. And so the procedure to reconnect the nerves, so there's a potential of saving some sensation. So what did you guys call that?
True Sense.
True sense. And this is really the candidates that undergo microsurgery are more of a candidate for that procedure. Is that correct? As opposed to those that have implant reconstruction?
Yes. Yeah, because where we get the nerves from is that autologous reconstruction. So when we're doing that autologous reconstruction or the natural reconstruction, that's where we get those donor nerves to reconnect.
And I think that that's just like, when I was diagnosed 11 years ago, like having these conversations were practically null and void at that point in time. There was barely any microsurgeons, or you had to really truly find an area that was a specialist, because it was one or none. And let alone saving your nipples, let alone potentially having some feelings. So just looking at how far we've come in 10 years is to mind blowing. And I just love to see the progression and the more opportunity and options being provided to patients.
Absolutely.
So a quick plug for Breast Cancer Advocate app. If you diagnosed patient, please check this out, because it's really such an incredible tool, like literally in your fingertips, where you get to really answer the questions that are important to you, even if you don't feel so comfortable having some of these conversations with your doctors, like, do your nipples matter to you sexually? Like, this is a question that has to be weighed when you are making decisions about how you're going to undergo your mastectomy, your breast cancer treatment, and potentially your reconstructive options. So I loved working with the group, especially Dr. C, as he was building this for multiple years. I kept giving him all of the hard questions, telling him he needed answers for them. And I know that I wasn't the only patient he spoke to. He spoke to dozens upon dozens. And I love that your physicians care so much about identifying an opportunity to have an open and honest conversation. So everyone makes the best decision possible for their care and treatment.
Absolutely. And getting the questions from the patients really helps me, because if it's a question that's new or that I haven't heard before, I'm going to run to Dr. C, or I'm going to run to one of the surgeons and then say, hey, I'm going to need you to make a video. So it's super helpful when people come to me with questions that I haven't heard before. Yes, I can't answer it, but I'm going to find it. So it's super helpful.
Amazing. Over to you, Jen.
Huh?
I said over to you, Jen.
Oh, I mean, I love PRMA is amazing. I mean, I was a patient of theirs, I guess 7 years ago. Dr. Ledoux was, I mean, to this day, I didn't intentionally wear this, but you know, like when I have a shirt on, like, you know, I feel somewhat normal, and I feel good with my reconstruction, you know, and I feel great about it. You know, we were able to do we preserved my areolas, but we did take my nipples, because I do have the BRCA2 gene. So after, you know, what she was saying about doctors kind of working things out together, our general surgeon and Dr. Ledoux during my surgery had a discussion, and I said, just do whatever's best for me. Whatever you decide when you're in there with it, just whatever you think is best. And they decided it was okay to leave my areola. So it gave me a little bit of normalcy, and having the option to now reconstruct my areola to be a nipple if I want, and then tattoo around that. So I'm super happy. I love PRMA. I love everything that they do, everything that they're about, the support that they give to their patients, even post with their Pink Ladies meetings and stuff like that. Like, it's not just about, what I love about them the most is that it's not just about what they're doing when they're in surgery. You know, it's really making sure that they're taking care of the patient long term, and being a cancer support group, you know, at Pink Warrior Advocates, to have another resource to send them to send these women to, and to feel 110% confident when somebody asks for a recommendation, and knowing that sending them to PRNA, that there are no doubts about what their reconstruction is going to be. Like, there are no doubts about what the results are going to be, and they're going to be treated well, and they're going to be happy with what they come with afterwards, you know? So being in the field that we're all in, it's important to have that confidence, and 110%, you know, we're so grateful for PRMA and lucky to have them so close to home. So I just love them. They're the best.
And did you know
We
we
love
did
you.
Love Fest?
I know, right?
Love it.
Well, we love your incredible donation and effort to support our bra assistance program. And with your sponsorship, we are going to help 100 patients in the Texas area help recover and their recovery needs and the garments that they need to really feel not just comfortable, but beautiful and feel like themselves and keep their dignity intact. And we really could have not had that level of reach without your support. And we're just so appreciative. So if anybody is tuning in now that's in the Texas area, get a second opinion at PRMA. I think what's great about the organization too, if you're not already a patient of theirs, is that all decisions are on the plate, and we have to just be really mindful that, you know, every surgery from your breast cancer can get a reconstructive procedure if you want it. So if you're looking for aesthetic flat closure, if you've had a lumpectomy and you have experienced incredible different rates of breast sizing afterwards that's left you feeling incomplete or challenged, and you want to feel, you know, balanced on both sides. If you want to have implant reconstruction, microsurgery reconstruction, like there is not a single thing that office cannot help you with. So if, you know, it's always worth the visit to just have the conversation and get the point of view and get the insight and get the support, because I know from AnaOno, we hear stories after stories after stories about how patients are turned away from plastic surgery offices because they can't help with X, Y, or Z. And we just really want to ensure that, you know, there's a path to the decision that's right for you. And you guys are such a great partner in that patient story.
Absolutely. And even if they're not in Texas, if you're out of state, that's 90% of my job is to take care of all of the out of state patients and all helping you with travel, with, you know, hotels, everything when you're in town. So even if you just want a second opinion from out of state, just call me. I'm literally at my phone.
And also if there's a patient who comes to y'all and can't afford, you know, a hotel stay or whatever. I know we've helped in the past help with, you know, some hotel stays for patients and, you know, with copays and stuff like that. Like that's all stuff that, you know, on the Pink Warrior Advocate side that we can help the patients with. So it's really, you know, the partnership that we have going on here is so good for these patients and is going to, you know, just help them in so many different ways, especially to bring awareness and to let them know that we're here for them, that AnaOno's there for them, and that y'all are there for them on the surgery side of it. So it's just, you know, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like this is amazing, and it's really going to help just so many women. I know how good I feel when I put my AnaOno bras on. I know that so many women appreciate the fact that they get to have this bra and that they don't have to go through that stress of going out and trying to figure out what bra is going to look good on them or what's going to feel comfortable and all that post-surgery. So thank you for partnering with us and for donating that and for giving back to these women who really do, really will change their healing process.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to be a part of it. We're excited you guys reached out. You know, we're excited to be here.
Well, I love all of this because it does take a village.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is where, you know, partnerships within this community are so impactful, because we want PRMA to be focused on treating our cancer and giving us our best outcomes from surgery. We want to be able to lean on Pink Warrior Advocates to be able to support financial need or recovery items or just community and support in general. And we're just, you know, I'm so thrilled to be here as AnaOno, just being able to hopefully be a vehicle that helps bring that beauty and comfort back into our lives after it's been disrupted. So it's it takes all of us for, you know, to make an incredible patient outcome, and we just couldn't be happier to have partnered with you guys on this.
Awesome. We're excited to be here. We're excited to help out. We're excited to see what's next.
Find you. Plug how people can look you up, schedule a consultation, give you a call, website, all that good stuff.
So our website is prma-enhance.com. Our office number here, 210-692-1181. If you're out of state, you'll come directly to me. If you're in state, in Texas, you're going to go over to Megan and she's going to take care of you. You know, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, we're literally everywhere, so you can find us anywhere. And you can message us anywhere and we'll answer too.
And we'll be sure to have all of that contact information in the recap, so just in case you didn't have your pen and paper ready. But the reality is that they're accessible from anywhere, and now with telemedicine, even if you want to get a second opinion online, are you guys doing that as well?
Yeah, so we're doing virtual assessments online. We obviously will offer you a virtual consultation. We use Zoom platforms. You can have a face-to-face conversation with the doctors or the surgeons from anywhere in the world, literally. So, and most of the time, insurance is covering it right now because of COVID. So it's just a simple copay. So,
good,
pretty awesome.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the support to the entire organization. And we couldn't do this without you. So we love you very much.
Thank you. We love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.
I just love them. They're fantastic.
I know. Me too.
Every single person. And it's great to have them so close to your home. And I know that we're going to bring one of the patients from your community online to share a little bit about their story. Why I look for Jess, you know, Jen, we didn't really talk a lot about you in the early part. And I sometimes forget we've known each other for forever. So do you mind just sharing a little bit about your story and how you started Pink Warrior Advocates?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed. By the way, I had her join in on the AnaOno side, so she should be requesting soon. But anyhow, so yeah, I was diagnosed back in 2013 with stage 2 breast cancer, and you know, long story short, just realized there was no real support here in the local community, so started Pink Warrior Advocates, and then you know, oh, there she is.
Hi.
So, you know, started Pink Warrior Advocates, and unfortunately, you know, in 2018, I was re-diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer with mets to my my liver and bones. And so I'm just about to hit my 3-year with being metastatic. So I'm just grateful for every day that I get and every moment that I get. I love experiencing life and all that. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you know, just being able to take my experience with breast cancer and really being able to fill the voids that I felt weren't there. And this being one of them, bras being one of them, you know. Fortunately, I knew you from the beginning of my diagnosis. So I really didn't have too many issues with that. But I know many women who don't know that this is out there for them, that know of AnaOno bras and the difference between having an AnaOno bra or having a regular bra that you get from, you know, a department store. And Jess can tell us a little bit about, you know, kind of what that means to her. And Dana, I'll hand it to you because I have a couple of questions, but thank you, Jess, for joining us. And we're so grateful that we were able to help you through your journey.
Yes, absolutely. I guess I just wanted to just say, first of all, I constantly talk about AnaOno bras to everybody, even people that are not going through breast cancer, just because of the comfortability of them all. The one that I personally like is the Aurora, the pocketed one. That's my favorite just because it's so versatile, and it's so comfortable. The material, just everything about it. I didn't find out until later about the brand, unfortunately, but I do have a best friend that's in the New Braunfels area that had told me about Pink Warriors, and she actually sent me a care package from them, which was really great. So that's how I kind of got involved. And AnaOno bras are just amazing. I can't stress that enough. I have so many of them. And I went to different stores, like department stores, sporting goods stores, Target, anywhere, just trying to find something. And I can 100% say, truthfully, nothing comes to beat this. Like I mean, when it comes to just the band around, it's amazing. And I don't know, I tell everybody, like, it's just it's so comfortable. They're so pretty, but they're so comfortable. And before I was bigger breasted before, and I was like, why didn't I know about these before? There's so much. I mean, it's like you can wear them under a t-shirt, anything. They're great. So I'm super grateful I came across the brand.
Well, Jess, I'm going to put you in a little box. I'm going to carry you with me everywhere. Woman, every morning I wake up, it's going to be like, yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, you're incredible. I'm like on the verge of tears here. I had not expected that at all. So thank you for sharing it. You know, it's a lot of hard work on this side, but I wouldn't change a thing in the entire world to get to hear stories like that. So I really appreciate you sharing that with me. And thank you for joining this first of our series, Never Alone with Pink Warrior Advocates. And I just wanted to open this up by, if you're open to it, sharing a little bit about your diagnosis and where you were and where you are today.
Okay, absolutely. I got diagnosed in December of 2018. I was 27 at the time. I have no prior history of any kind of cancer, not even high blood pressure. I mean, nothing it was just, my family's just been pretty healthy. It came as a shock to me. I found a painful lump on my left side, on my left breast. And I noticed it for a while, and it was just kind of one of those things where I just ignored it. And I'm going to be truthful. Like, I was like, I'm 27, I'm healthy. What does it matter? But I ended up getting, a biopsy, and I had a 5-centimeter lump, like, just sitting. And you could tell now that I know what I know, to look out for like the skin dimpling and stuff like that. It was really hard. I knew nothing about cancer, not even breast cancer. It was a really, really hard to soak in, and just I personally found it hard to get support because I was so closed off and so angry for that first couple of months that it just closed me down. And I have 2 10-year-old girls and a fiance, and I knew that I couldn't give up. I had to keep going. So I did chemo, and then that was most of 2019 was chemo. And I took a break to do a break between the fall of 2019 to do radiation, but it wore me out. And there were times where my skin was just hurting so bad that you don't want to wear a bra. You don't want to do anything. And I had my left breast removed, and I had one boob for an entire year. And it was so hard. Just going out in public, you just have people staring at you because my hair was going through different changes, and you just don't look like yourself. And I felt like I looked really sick. And then on top of that, I had this flat piece of, skin right here where I didn't know if I wanted reconstruction. I wasn't sure where I was going to go with it. It just happened so fast. And I feel like once you're on the roller coaster, it just keeps going. And it's really hard to just say, hey, slow down. And so right now, I did chemo and radiation. My last chemo was in 2019. I finished radiation February of 2020. I had experienced a lot of fatigue with radiation, so I took a lot of breaks in between because it was every day. But now I have chosen to do breast implants. I did the lat flap where they take it from your back, and I did have complications with the expanders. There was just certain times where they weren't sitting right. I had one bust. I got an infection. It's been just nonstop. So right now I'm 1 implant, 1 expander, moving slowly. And I do have surgery July 2nd to get that other implant in. And I know it's going to be many more surgeries ahead. But honestly, like, the bra is my best friend, because when you get those ugly white rubber band binding things, like, they're the most uncomfortable, horrible things. I can't wait to come home and rip it off and put like my actual bra on. And it's so easy to put on by myself. And in PRMA, they gave me these awesome little drain bags, so I can just put it over my neck and my drains go inside. and I don't have to worry about it. As before, I was like in the shower, like pinching it with my mouth, like trying to shower, and like it was a mess. I was totally a mess. But like I said, I mean, I didn't do so much research. I was so closed off, but I know I needed the support one way or another. So I sought out, talked to my friend, and she was like, look, here's all these resources for you. And Pink Warriors is one of them. So I'm super grateful. I'm cancer free, or whatever they say, free of disease. So I'm grateful to be where I am right now. It's definitely tilted my world upside down and put super, I can't even, I'm like getting choked up. It's very hard, like emotionally, mentally, and of course physically. It's hard when you're feeling so much on the inside, in your heart and in your head, and then you walk out looking the way that you do. And I know I'm not botched, but that's the feeling. You feel like Frankenstein, you're cut up. It's constant. I can't wear like certain clothes that I used to wear, before, and it's very hard. But like with those bras, they're so comfortable that you don't even know. And I put a prosthetic inside my AnaOno bra, and no one could tell. I mean, it just blended right in. So it's definitely been an experience, but moving forward, I will always recommend it. And even like gift cards, like people are like, what is this? And I'm like, here, go here, look, I swear, like you'll love it. And I know that inside there's some inside the Soma stores, and so it's like, try it on and then go online, pick whatever you want, and then go from there. And I bought some that were way too small, so the returning was amazing. It just easy. So I'm very grateful for that.
Well, you've been through so much. You're so strong. And, knowing that this is just such a process, and it's one piece after the next. And where have you been able to really lean on Pink Warrior advocates throughout all of this? Did you attend the gala, or did you miss it this year? Because I know you've been in treatment, but what have you been able to utilize through that community?
So I live in San Antonio. They live, I think they're more in the New Braunfels area, which is not far from me at all. My best friend lives in New Braunfels. And so, I found out about them after the fact that, I didn't need anything at the time, but I do have a couple of people that are in their close circle that I keep in touch with. And, I always get invites for things, but because of COVID and all that, I've just kind of stayed behind the scenes, but I follow them. I just got invited to something else coming up as well, which I'm super excited to attend for the first time, because this would be my first time going around people and talking about my experience. I feel comfortable in the fact that I follow them on Facebook, and I was kind of like a creeper in the bushes, just kind of reading through everything and seeing what they had to offer just socially. And it just clicked. Is perfect. I'm like, there's no other group. I mean, there's plenty here in San Antonio and in the Texas area, but Pink Warriors was definitely someone I stuck with. And when I got that care package, just the way it was packaged, and I had they gave me makeup and just really like subtle things that just make you smile. Like, I mean, who thinks to get, eyelashes and, an eyebrow pencil, like all those things mean so much to someone who hasn't felt pretty, who's, I mean, still doesn't. And I struggle with that so much, but getting that care package was, I mean, I sleep with a pillow. I don't necessarily need it all the time, but I still sleep with it. It's perfect heart-shaped pillow. Even for the car, even just putting it against my chest when the seatbelt's too tight. It meant a lot to me. And like my best friend lives there, and she's pursuing her doctorate. I'm sorry. And she's part of a group where they I don't know, she goes to these dinners that they kind of like promote nonprofits to sponsor for the month. And so she always tells me like, hey, I went to a dinner with Pink Warriors, and she always fills me in. So having that close connection is great. But I do recommend it to anybody who's starting off. I had an aunt recently on my fiance's side who was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was like, you have to check out Pink Warriors. it's awesome. And I gave her all the information. And then of course I gave her an AnaOno gift card because I was like, go get yourself a bra beforehand. Like, I swear you're going to love it. So, but yeah, the support is amazing. Financial help, it's unheard of. Like, I didn't know any of this before. Like, I didn't know it was out there. But if I can spread it and let other people know, then that's what I'm going to do. So.
And I love hearing, you know, just like Dana kind of heard in the beginning about her bra, you know, we have so many people involved in the organization that kind of make these things happen, right? So, you know, I came up with the ideas and then you have people who execute them, you know, so it's always good to know and to hear that these kits are really truly impacting somebody at the level that it impacted you, how much it helped you, and getting the bra, and just, you know, the pillow and all that, and that we're going to be able to support you on an emotional level too, and getting you involved with the organization and connecting with other women who have breast cancer. And what I love about it so much is that it's on your time, right? Like, you're not forced to do anything. You're not forced to show up. Nobody judges you for not showing up. You're invited. You're always welcome. And when you walk through those doors and you open up that vulnerability to opening up about your own journey and start the healing process, you immediately have 20 new best friends, you know, because everybody gets where you've been and everybody understands what it is that you're going through and the healing process that's involved and the challenges that we face, all of that. So I'm so happy that we were able to help you get this bra, and, you know, with PRMA's sponsorship, being able to help more women out in the Texas area to get them bras. So girl, keep on referring, because we would love to help women who need the bra. So just keep pushing it. AnaOno, 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 and we will be there to support them however we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to finish out our last segment here of Never Alone with Pink Warrior Advocates. Just thanking you all for tuning in and listening to this incredible, empowering story of our proud sponsor and partner to our Bra Assistance Program. Also hearing from the incredible experts at PRMA and to our patient and survivor, Jess. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're sorry for the total stoppage there at the end, but we appreciate all the love and attention that you gave us during the live. I hope you all took something away from it, and we'll see you again next month.